New details now from Capitol Hill, where transportation regulators are being grilled about the troubled Boeing 737 MAX. Today's hearings follow two deadly crashes involving the fleet in just the past 6 months. Mola Lenke reports from Washington, D.C.
Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao laid out her top priority to congressional lawmakers following two deadly crashes involving Boeing 737 MAX 8 jets.
Safety is always number one at the Department of Transportation.
The crashes earlier this month and back in October resulted in 346 deaths. The FAA made the decision to ground the MAX 8 fleet only after other nations had already done so.
Based on the information that everyone had at that time, there was no factual basis upon which to ground the planes.
Acting FAA Administrator Dan Elwell testified before a different Senate panel Wednesday about the agency's oversight of Boeing. Lawmakers questioned Elwell about the FAA's process to certify the safety of the 737 MAX.
How do we ensure that FAA can take over safety evaluation if issues are discovered during the testing and evaluation phase?
It is a active, constantly changing dynamic in a certification, and that's what happened during the certification of the MAX.
The Transportation Department is specifically looking into how Boeing's MCAS anti-stall safety feature could have prevented the accidents in Indonesia and Ethiopia.
There's a lot more to find out through the investigation.
On the same day of the hearings, Boeing unveiled what it called updates to the 737 MAX, including plans to install a previously optional warning system on the entire fleet at no additional cost to airlines. Mola Lenke, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Today's hearings come one day after a Southwest Airlines 737 MAX jet made an emergency landing in Orlando. Officials say the plane experienced performance issues with its number 2 engine after takeoff. The engine began to overheat, forcing the pilots to declare an emergency and to return to the airport. No passengers were on board. The plane was headed to California, where Southwest is storing its MAX jets until they're allowed to return to service.